Newcastle bodes well, as the Magpies haven't been overly strong away from home this season. Maybe that would change, maybe not. Wolves fans arriving at Molineux Stadium, anxious for this third-round clash to get underway as both captains lead their clubs out onto the pitch. Wolves were showing their teeth early. Mark Kennedy, deep cross over to Paul Butler, his header to skipper Paul Ince, who volleys home the first of the game by Shea Given. 6 minutes gone, 1-0 Wolves. Ince scored his first goal on Wednesday, and he's got another big one here. 20th minute, George Enda is able to turn and swing in the ball to the far post, where Colin Cameron greets it with a header, but Given makes the easy catch. In the stands, Robbie Keane, a former Wolves player from 97 to 99. The first card of the game to Paul Butler, who sends Craig Bellamy flying. That in the 24th. 28th, Wolves keeper Matthew Murray out to grab the corner, and the young keeper using his head on this play. He spies Sean Newton in the clear. His long throw up to Newton begins the setup of the next goal. Newton plays it inside to Cameron. He cuts it back behind Miller, and in rushes Mark Kennedy, who promptly finds the net inside the far post. The Republic of Ireland international makes it 2-0. And Murray can celebrate just as much as he started that beautiful run. Right after, Wolves again, Newton's cross to Kennedy, and he almost scores his second, hitting the side netting instead. Newcastle looking to get back in it. Craig Bellamy on the run, plays it to Alan Shearer. Butler blocks it, but the loose ball bounces to Jermaine Jennett. Heads it home. The Magpies pull one back on Genesis' first of the season. 3 minutes before the break, Lescott called for a penalty in the area, bringing down Bellamy. Wolves not pleased with referee Rob Stiles, but to the spot goes Alan Shearer with a chance to level, which he does. Top corner, and it's 2-2, his 16th of the season. Second half, and Newcastle gets a golden opportunity to take the lead. Former Manchester United player Dennis Irwin with a tackle on Laurent Robert. Robert down, and Irwin receives a yellow for his part. Not overly happy. Again, it's Shearer, and Lescott makes not one, but 2 saves on the line. Wolves still trying to clear the ball, but how Lescott made those 2 stops is anybody's guess, as Murray eventually out to cover the ball. Unbelievable. Newcastle wondering how they couldn't hit the net. Lescott probably wondering how he managed to stop those. Right after that, Wolves get the go-ahead. Kennedy crosses into the middle. Newton heads it down, and George Enda pops it in over the line. 3-2 Wolves, and that's how the score would remain. The First Division side knocks off Sir Bobby Robson's crew as they fall from another major competition, but jubilation for Wolves.
Must have been someone down the line, but that was, that was pretty exciting. Very frantic. We rode a luck a few times, but I think the way we worked, the determination we've shown, and I think we probably deserved the result.
Yeah, a lot of nerves there. I was a bit shaky at the start. Biggest game of my career without a doubt. Really enjoyed it though, and oh, what a buzz, what a buzz.
Very disappointing, but I have to say we deserved it. They worked very well. We presented them with some great opportunities, and to be fair to them, they took them. It's not enough for us. Worked very hard in our team today, and when that happens, when you come away to a ground like this, you get knocked out, and we deserve to be knocked out because we didn't deserve anything.
I think we completely wasted 45 minutes of football in the first half. We went at 2-2, we were lucky to do so. And we got out of jail at half-time. And at half-time, in principle, there's only one team that is favoured to win this match. And it wasn't Wolverhampton Wanderers at half-time. Now, we lost the second half, actually, 1-0. Yet we played better second half than we did in the first half. A remarkable double save on the goal line from the Alan Shearer free kick. You have to give them a bit of credit because they ran their hearts out and they played probably better than they've ever done for a number of weeks, I should think. They were really up for us. And they've got a mammoth victory. And I'm not disappointed. I'm just pretty sick. And I think we'll have a disappointed in the sick city as well back in Newcastle, because the cup means a lot to us, and we've lost a gigantic game. And I'm cross, and I'm trying to keep cool. But we've gone. It's history. The FA Cup for us now is history.
A man in shock there, as is the team. Well, that wasn't the only surprising result this weekend in the FA Cup. there were others. And let's begin our review of matches with the game between Manchester City and Liverpool. First up, Main Road, Liverpool manager Gerard Houllier looking for a positive result of any kind to end this poor stretch of run by the Reds. They're certainly out of the Premiership race. First half, ball will come back to Vladimir Smeitzer. Hard shot, knocked wide by the keeper, Peter Schmeichel. Second half, and it is the hand of Marc-Vivien Foé that marks the game's key moment. He will also use his right hand, and that's a no-no as he blocks the cross from Smeitzer. No question, it's a penalty kick, and Danny Murphy is the one who's going to take it, and he will be spot on with it. And the losing is over for Liverpool as they are on to the fourth round with the 1-0 win. In the other game on Sunday, Facundo Sava, the masked man of Fulham, would lead them to victory over Birmingham City. No need to ask you who is that masked man of the Premiership. That's just bad. Goldback and Luis Saha scoring the rest of the goals as Fulham easily win 3-1 over Birmingham City. Fulham's first win in their last 6 games, and after the match, City manager Steve Bruce said they did not deserve to stay in the FA Cup. On Saturday, no problem for Manchester United against First Division leaders Portsmouth at Old Trafford. Ruud van Nistelrooy giving United a 1-0 lead on the penalty kick. Then it's David Beckham with another of his trademark free kick specials. His aim was right on again. Portsmouth would score before half, but then Nistelrooy puts it out of reach in the second. Another penalty goal. Paul Scholes added another. United on to the fourth round with the 4-1 win.
Third round of the FA Cup, you have to get through it. With a home tie, it was important to get through, and we've managed to do that.
Third division side Scunthorpe had the better of the play versus Leeds, but Terry Venable's side go ahead on the spot kick by Mark Viduka, and Leeds would put the game away in the second half. This time a good run by Viduka sets up Eric Baca for the goal, and 2-0 would be the final for Leeds as they suddenly turn their season around.
Pressure had been mounting.
Saints and Spurs, and it was all Southampton. Keeper Casey Keller eaten up by the ball from James Beattie. Svensson will pounce on it, and it is 1-0. 2-0 in the second half, and wasn't good luck, but good play from Ender Svensson. Runs the ball from his own half, and Svensson finishes off. He also finished off the Spurs. 4-1 was the final for Southampton. Arsenal began their title defense against Oxford at Highbury opening half, and it's Dennis Bergkamp with his 100th goal in Arsenal colors, and it is 1-0. Then in the second half, off a Robert Pires corner, Scott McNiven is credited with the own goal, though he really doesn't want credit for it. 2-0, the final for the cup holders. Gay Meadow, the venue for the match between third division side Shrewsbury and Everton. And the Sky in blue were here to play. Keeper Richard Wright denying the Shrews Nigel Jemson of a goal here, but he could do nothing about Jemson's next shot.
It's Jemson! Oh, yes! It's an FA Cup stunner from Nigel Jemson! Only this legendary competition can do this!
Second half, and Nicholas Alexanderson would come on for Everton, and he would have an impact. Equalizes with a shot to the far corner. But then Alex Anderson with a chance to put Everton ahead, but the ball will roll across the front of the goal, and then it's Jemson again for the Shrews.
Just to add to the tension. Ian Woan then as Gay Meadow holds his breath. Woan sends it in, and Jemson has done it again. Nigel Jemson, one of football's nearly men, but not today. He's the main man. This is sensational. This is Shrewsbury 2, Everton 1. It's all over. They've done it. They have done it big time.
Oh, yes, they have. Shrewsbury manager Kevin Radcliffe celebrates a win over his former club. 2-1, the final here.
Well, we weren't the only ones keeping watch on all the FA Cup matches this weekend.
Eva Kovacs has joined us, and she was also transfixed on all the matches and some of the interesting results.
What makes the FA Cup so entertaining is the matches that are seemingly mismatches on paper, but often they are not. Games have to be played, and there are a number of second and third division clubs and players all looking for a piece of FA Cup glory. Farnborough Town making history in this matchup with third division Darlington. Farnborough leading the game 2-1, but Darlington equalizes in the 36th minute. Ian Clark eager to celebrate with the snow dive, but Farnborough hero Danny Carroll would score the game winner, taking the team to the fourth round for the first time in their history. Brentford also making history as they rolled over the 1946 winners Derby, putting Brentford into the fourth round, something the team hasn't been able to do in 14 years. Brentford was leading 1-0 before the half, and despite losing a player in this bookable offense with 19 minutes left, Brentford was able to hang on to the one-goal lead with just 10 men on their side. The third round also saw Cardiff City home to Coventry City. It looked like it would be an early exit for Cardiff as they were down 2-0 55 minutes into the game, but they fought back, and with this goal 3 minutes into injury time, they tied up the game and salvaged a 2-2 draw. Cambridge and Millwall going head-to-head. Cambridge clearly not overawed by a team 2 divisions above them. They played aggressively from the start and were able to earn a 1-1 draw. These two teams battled it out in the infamous 1991 semifinal match. West Ham beat Nottingham Forest 4-0. This time, the two teams were hoping to advance to the fourth round. Forest would take a 2-1 lead, but the Hammers would answer back with 2 of their own, and in the end, history would haunt Forest as the Premiership side would move on 3-2, Jermaine Defoe scoring 2 of West Ham's goals. As we take a look at all the results from this weekend, a note that the fourth round draw will take place Monday, and we'll have your matchups here on the Fox Sports World Report. Well, Blackburn had no problems with Aston Villa as Blackburn takes the game 4-1. Charlton Athletic beat out Exeter 3-1. Ipswich will move on thanks to a comfortable 4-0 win over Morecambe. Morecambe were forced to play with just 10 men on the field. Just 10 minutes into the game, James Bentley was sent off for a professional foul on Pablo Cunago. Plymouth and Dagenham will have to return to the field and settle their 2-2 draw. Sheffield United beat Cheltenham 4-0. Walsall and Reading will have to try again after their goalless draw. West Brom had an easy time with Bradford. Danny Dichio scored a first-half hat trick. The Baggies forward netted 3 times in the opening 19 minutes. And still to play are Gillingham and Sheffield, as well as Norwich and Brighton.
Thank you very much, Eva. Here's what's making news in the Serie A. Lazio's president, Sergio Cragnotti, has formally resigned from the cash-strapped Serie A club. Board member Ugo